Let's talk challenging lips. The M-shaped lip is classically one of the most challenging lips to inject, just because of its anatomy. That upper lip, those two tubercles in the upper lip are just really, really pinched, and then you have that central fullness. So for every M-shaped patient that comes into my chair, I set the expectations from the moment we start talking about lip filler. I always tell them, unfortunately, you're not going to have this dramatic fullness overnight, and we really, really, really have to stage this. So I always tell them they're going to leave today a little bit disappointed, but over time, we can allow that tissue to kind of open up and accept that product, and we can build a beautiful lip, but it is not going to happen in one session. So setting the tone and setting the expectation in the beginning that this is going to take patience, it's going to take time, is so, so crucial. So for these patients, I always say we're going to inject a little bit of filler today. You'll leave slightly underwhelmed, but then in about 6 months, I'll bring you back in and we'll place a little bit more. That upper lip compartment is so tight that we cannot overload the lip too quickly, or it's going to end up migrating fast. So I say place a little bit of filler, and then we bring them back in 6 months and place a little bit of filler. This patient has been working with me for 3 years now. When she came to me with those lips on the left, classic tight upper lip compartment, she's been so patient with me, and we've over time really grown that lip without having dramatic migration. We haven't had to dissolve at all with her lips. But it's taken time, and it's placing a little bit of product at a time. Sometimes in the beginning, it was less than half syringe. I really let her lip tell me what to do. But the goal is I'm placing small retrograde threads. And in the beginning, I focused my product away from that central fullness in the upper lip, really focused on the upper lip tubercles and lateral to it. She has no filler in the center of her upper lip because I want those tubercles to drop down and balance out and kind of meet the projection of that central fullness. So that's what we focused on this entire time, is really building up those tubercles, expanding the tissue of those tubercles, and laying small retrograde threads. So here I'm doing my little chicken foot pattern where I'm just angling my needle towards the lower lip tubercles to really build a beautiful kind of cleavage in the center for her and build height in those tubercles, allowing for her lower lip to look more full. The goal is to kind of evert that lower lip, and I'm just placing small retrograde threads. Now here I'm angling more horizontally because I don't necessarily want to build vertical height or evert that lower lip on the corners of her mouth. So you could see how I'm angled more horizontally here versus vertical. See how I angle my needle right there horizontally? It's so I don't build height, but I add volume. So that's why I'm angling it in that direction. I am always moving my needle. You will never see me push a stationary bolus in the lip. You will always see me moving the needle while I am pushing on that syringe, so that I am, God forbid, if I am intravascular, that I am only placing the smallest amount of product in that vessel, because I'm always, always, always moving that needle when I'm pushing product. So we could see how much fullness she's achieved over the years. Again, this doesn't happen overnight. This took years of small amounts of product in each session. So right here, we probably did less than a half syringe here. It really doesn't take much. She comes in really once a year now for a little top off. I always spend time massaging my product, make sure there's no lumpy bumpies, and I use a little bit of Vaseline here so that I can blend the product in nicely, but I think massaging the product really, really, really is key to avoiding any lumpy bumpies. But look at these beautiful lips. Look at where we started on the left, and look at that volume that we've been able to build for her over time. She no longer has an M-shaped lip. It's a beautiful lip, and the biggest thing for her that she's so excited about is that she's able to close her mouth without putting dramatic effort in, and that is life-changing for her. So M-shaped lips, make sure you take your time and really space the treatments out and stage them with small amounts of filler.